A quiet courtroom morning shatters as Carnell Beard steps forward, carrying decades of violent history on his shoulders. Every word from Judge West slices through the silence as she retraces his past. Attempted murder, narcotics, and now a crash that left someone gravely injured. But just as the tension settles, a second man enters, and the entire rhythm of the courtroom shifts.
Good morning, sir. Are you Carnell Beard?
Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He will, ma'am.
Are we going on count one? Oh, no.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay. Let me. All right. And he'll waive the formal reading of the indictment.
He will, Your Honor.
Mr. Beard, you're charged with the third-degree felony offense of collision involving serious bodily injury from September 28th of 2024. Your indictment also alleges that you were previously convicted of attempted murder, second-degree felony, August 30th of 1999, and after that was final, you were convicted of possession of a controlled substance, a first-degree felony. Well,
Judge,
do we just need to go on one, or
let's
is
just
that?
go on one because I'm looking at the dates and they do overlap, so it would not make them
It
habitual.
would,
It'll
so it
be
makes it a second-degree felony.
Your Honor.
So it would be enhanced to that of a second-degree felony, which is between 2 to 20. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you plead to that charge?
Yes.
And is that prior offense true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you enter your plea of guilty and true freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you plead guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 10-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $1,000 fine, and there would be restitution ordered as determined between now and when we come back for pre-sentence, through a pre-sentence report. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Beard is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty and true freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case. We'll also get that restitution amount determined, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. When you're on your way out of the courtroom today, you need to stop and talk to probation, and she's at that desk right there. All right, we'll see you back at sentencing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then you've got Zachary Turner, Mr. Rojas. Good morning, sir. Are you Zachary Turner?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is 24 DCCR 2197. And Mr. Turner, you're charged by indictment in this case with the first-degree felony offense of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information from April 22nd of 2024. Your indictment alleges that you were previously convicted of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, a third-degree felony, September 29th of 2014, which means that this, for punishment purposes, would be
15
enhanced.
15
But
and 99 is the way we indicted, Judge.
right.
Given the rejection of the state's offer today, I believe we can make him a habitual, and I will be filing a habitual offender notice in this case.
So, and you've gone over that with Mr. Rojas, correct? And so I want to make sure you.
A quiet courtroom morning shatters as Carnell Beard steps forward, carrying decades of violent history on his shoulders. Every word from Judge West slices through the silence as she retraces his past. Attempted murder, narcotics, and now a crash that left someone gravely injured. But just as the tension settles, a second man enters, and the entire rhythm of the courtroom shifts.
Understand that if the state files that notice of enhancement with another prior offense, which I would assume you have since the one I see is an unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, that means that if you go to trial and you're found guilty, 9 years or life in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I have a plea bargain rejection here that has your signature on it with Mr. Rojas's that shows that the district attorney's office has made an offer, if you wanted to enter a plea of guilty, for a 15-year term in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. And I would assume that would be going on count one only.
That's right.
And so you have every right to reject that and have your case set for trial. I just want to make sure you understand what the possible consequences are and what your options are. And do you understand all of that? And do you want to reject that offer and have your case set for trial? All right, we'll get that done. Mr. Turner, Mr. Rojas has been appointed to represent you. He's one of the attorneys who handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney. With your permission, I can release him and I can appoint another attorney today who could begin preparation for trial a little quicker. Is that okay with you? So, Mr. Rojas, you're released. Mr. Turner, if you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, I will appoint someone. The clerks will call you up in just a minute with that information on who your lawyer is going to be. I also want to make sure you understand that after today, I will not accept this plea agreement. Once your case gets put on the trial docket, it either goes to trial, or if you change your mind, you can plea open to the court or to some different plea agreement, unless there is new information that your attorney or the district attorney's office receives. Do you understand? Okay. If you'll just have a seat, she'll call you up in just a minute. Mr. West, you have Michelle Johnston. Good morning. Michelle Johnston.
The morning begins with a deceptively calm rhythm as Carnell Beard steps into Judge Raquel West's courtroom. His history is written like a trail of storms: attempted murder, narcotics, and now a violent collision leaving serious bodily injury. Judge West's voice remains steady but cutting, dissecting every prior conviction, every consequence, every line of the indictment that brings him back into her courtroom once again. Beard answers softly, almost respectfully, pleading guilty with a tone that suggests resignation more than fear. The judge walks him through the agreement: 10 years deferred adjudication, a $1,000 fine, restitution still to be calculated. She warns him of the rights he's surrendering: appeal, immigration protections, the layers of responsibility woven into probation. Her final instruction is simple: check in with probation before you leave. Beard nods, carrying the weight of a future still uncertain, but one that offers a narrow path forward. Then everything changes. Zachary Turner rises for the next case, charged with fraudulent possession of identifying information. His past echoes through the courtroom: a firearm conviction, the threat of enhancement, the looming shadow of habitual offender status. Judge West lays out the stakes with piercing clarity: reject a 15-year deal, and he risks a sentence stretching from decades to life. Turner doesn't flinch. He rejects the offer. The room shifts. Judge West responds swiftly, releasing his attorney, ordering a new appointment, and issuing a final warning. Once this case hits the trial docket, the window for leniency slams shut. The moment Turner sits down, the courtroom feels colder, heavier, like the calm after someone chooses the harder road, knowing exactly what it may cost. In the end, two men leave with two futures: one uncertain, one perilous, and a judge who made sure neither walked away blind.